Hello everyone, we are back with another episode of the Bulldog Business Show. It's one way we are able to share all the great things that are happening in the College of Business at Mississippi State University. We also invite you to follow us along on social media. We love to share on our Instagram pages, on Facebook, and on LinkedIn. We also have podcast listeners, so thank you for joining in as well. So coming up in just a moment, we're going to introduce you to a College of Business alumnus making a name for himself in social media marketing. We will meet him in just a moment, but first, as always, we have a little business bite we want to share with you. It's about a distinguished alumnus recently honored by the Alumni Association. So the College of the Alumni of the Year program recognizes the achievements of outstanding alumni whose personal and professional accomplishments best exemplify the mission of Mississippi State University. The College of Business Alumnus of the Year is class of 1977 graduate Kenneth Robinson. The Eupora, Mississippi native now lives in Boca Raton, Florida. He graduated with a Bachelor of Science in Banking and Finance and held senior executive finance roles at Procter & Gamble and Exelon Corporation. He is now retired, but we're so happy that he's now serving on the Executive Advisory Board for the College of Business and the MSU Foundation Board. He was honored as a College of Business Alumni Fellow in 2015 and credits MSU for a strong work ethic. So again, congratulations to Kenneth Robinson. So now let's welcome in a recent alum whose work ethic and passion are garnering a lot of attention. TJ Green is a 2020 graduate of the College of Business, and he is joining us in the studio today. Great to have you here, TJ.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
So nice to meet you and to be able to share your story. One of the things we love to do in this platform is to share stories of alumni, recent alumni, and you are a 2020 graduate in the working world now. Let's talk about your MSU story, getting to Mississippi State and your time here.
Yeah, so I came at Mississippi State in 2014, and so I started my business through the Entrepreneurship Center around the 2017 era. So I had an app idea that, you know, I got a chance to make a lot of mistakes throughout the Entrepreneurship Center without, you know, just the height of the failure and things. It was a good training ground. And so I eventually started an animation company through the Entrepreneurship Center, and I was able to grow that business. And so after I graduated in 2020, I was able to go full-time into my company when I went back to Memphis, Tennessee.
The E-Center is such a wonderful resource on campus, and it's not just for business students. It's from any discipline, really. And if you have a business idea, that is the place to go to get the proper training. Going through that process for you, you had mentors in there, you had other students who you were working with, right?
Right. When I went in the East Center, all I had was an idea. I didn't know anything about business, no experience, and so I just want to do this. And I didn't even do the idea I came in about, but having those mentors and having that experience and even being around other entrepreneurs, it kind of molds and adapts into what you eventually have a passion for.
The one word I keep hearing from people since I've been here, and I've been here since January of this year, so many people have these great pivot stories. Like you start out on one path and you really decide, or through research and talking with others, that maybe this is something else needs to happen here.
It is, and that's the great thing about life or business is really, you go down one way, have this goal, but it's never a straight line. It's like a journey through a forest that you're going to keep pivoting. You probably pivot more than you go straight, but you eventually come out if you stick with it.
But you continue to climb at the same time.
And that's the key, just continue climbing.
So you sort of zoned in on marketing. Why did that become such a passion for you?
I have a passion for communications. As I was in school, I took some internships for sales companies, and I just naturally like sales or marketing, helping somebody out with their problem, their business. And so it's just natural for me. And so everything I did in the entrepreneurship world, it kind of pivoted around that. And so I finally found my footing, like digital marketing, helping people, businesses get connected with social media, email marketing, all those digital tools.
And before the end of the show, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the advice that you give to people about social media, because you really can't run a business, you can't have a nonprofit, you can't really do anything in today's world without some sort of digital presence, and it has to be strategic in order for it to work for you.
It does.
So you're doing a little bit of marketing right now for Chick-fil-A, right?
Yes, I'm the director of marketing for Chick-fil-A Starkville.
And so what sorts of things do you do in that role?
So just overseeing the entire marketing, from social media, events, things we do in the community, just being a strategic partner for them and just really outlaying everything.
So it's a lot of connecting with people, which is what you love to do, right?
It is. And one thing I love about it is you not only get to connect with people, you get to connect with the community and be a resource, whether it's for customers, the community, be a partner. And so that's what I love about the position.
You so tell us about TJ's animation workshop. Is that what you ended up landing on through the E-Center?
It is.
All right, tell us about it.
So TJ's Animation Workshop is an animated company that helps clients either educate, explain, or entertain their audience. So they can look like training videos, it can look like social media videos to get more customers, it can be videos that go on websites, YouTubes. We're in a contract right now with an organization in Memphis to help teach kids financial literacy through storytelling and animation. So we do things like that.
And so all of it is on a digital platform.
Correct.
Okay.
And you can also show it in traditional places like TV commercials, inside buildings on TVs. And so it can reach both, but everything's digital or on a screen.
So how did you get from the app to landing on that?
Just life, really. So like, because I ended up doing the app and animation company at the same time, because Jeffrey Rupp, one of my mentors, he said I had shiny object syndrome. And so at that time I was trying to do many ideas at once, but the animation company, I was able to make sales right then. The app was something that I was gonna have to wait a couple of years for sales. And so it was pretty easy to kind of land on animation, but it just kept going. It kept growing, and I was like, I got something here.
Okay. Well, you're making some waves. You've won some awards. We're going to talk about some of those things on the other side of the break, so stay with us, everyone. We'll be right back.
Mississippi State University's College of Business creates connections that can change lives, with more than $2 million available in scholarships next year. Take advantage of the top research institution in the state. Professors have practical experience in their field, and students have the opportunity to work on live projects with partner companies. Earn your MBA online in as few as 10 courses from U.S. News & World Report's Top 100 program. Give your business career a head start. Visit business.msstate.edu to learn more.
All right, we're back, everyone. TJ Green is with us. He's a 2020 graduate of the College of Business here at Mississippi State. And one of the things, as I told you, we like to do is share stories of our alums who are doing great things. So you've got a lot of little irons in the fire. You're working for Chick-fil-A. You've got the animation workshop going. You're helping companies with their strategic marketing. And recently, the Small Business Administration honored you as the Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Tell us about that.
Yes, that was exciting. And I got nominated for the award I was at a business pitch in Oxford, and I ended up losing that one, but it caught the eye of somebody who worked for the SBDC, and they started learning my story, and so a loss turned into a win there, which is one of those reasons you got to keep climbing. So that was pretty exciting.
So just like, don't let a defeat stop you. You just keep moving.
Right. You just always keep going on, because you turn your ills into lessons, you know, and just keep going.
That's exactly right. So, as we talked about in the first segment, social media marketing, that's your thing. That's what you've honed in on. What to do on Facebook, what to do on Instagram, what to do on LinkedIn, which, that's my question. Let's spend a little time talking about what you advise to businesses you work with, to nonprofits that you work with, about how to best use social media.
Right. So the first thing I always say is establish your goal. Like, what does your business want? Because there's thousands of tools out there. We're in the artificial intelligence age as well. There's so many options that businesses don't have the resource to be everywhere. So first, understand your goals. So if your goal is to get $50,000 in sales this year, okay, now we can create a plan. What's one platform you think your audience is on? If you're serving families, Facebook is a great option. You know, if you're targeting a young audience, Instagram, business to business, LinkedIn. So now you're starting to go into steps, and once you kind of stem in on that, it's all about execution from that point. Are you active?
And we're going to get to that in a minute, consistency, but does all content work on all platforms, do you think?
Definitely not. So you can think about the social media platforms as like countries. They got different cultures. People focus on different things. You know, so you got to adapt to that culture of that social media. And so Instagram is more visual. Facebook, You got pretty much all around family focused advice, tips, LinkedIn, you know, so what's going to work on one platform isn't going to work on the other.
So maybe same content, but you've got to adapt it to where you're going to place it.
Speak their language.
There you go.
You got to speak their language.
Meet them where they are, right?
Meet them where they are.
So consistency. That's one of the things. I mean, I follow you on social media. One of the pieces of advice that you always give people is that you have to be consistent. You can't just post today and like your followers or people who you're friends with don't hear from you for a month.
Right. And that's why I suggest only starting with one, at the max 2 social media platforms, because you not only have to post on those platforms, but you have to learn what your audience wants to hear. You have to learn what works. What does the platform itself, because the platforms, they need to make money, so it's a business exchange.
That's true.
What does the platform need to hear from you to push your stuff? And so all that takes time. And so the only way you're going to get consistent success if you stay consistent.
Stay consistent, posting content almost every day.
Right, because you're going to also learn from it. Even the best marketer isn't going to be able to come to a business and tell you what you need, step 1 through 10, just right there. It got to come from experience, because everybody has a special safe, a special code safe. You got to understand about your audience. You got to understand your content, what your business offers. And so all those different variables, you got to find out what code unlocks a safe to your goal. And so it takes time.
How important is it to engage with the audience? A lot of people post content, they get a lot of engagement, but they don't respond or engage with that audience. Is that important? Engagement
is very important. So you can think about social media just like you would think in the real world. The more you interact with people, the more they interact with you, and it boosts. So in the real world, if people are speaking to you but you're not speaking back, people won't stop speaking to you. So in social media, speak back.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It's so much work, though.
It is.
So do you suggest to organizations, businesses, that they have a person that does only that? Because I feel like it's a full-time job.
It is a full-time job. So you got to look at the resources that you have. A lot of entrepreneurs, it's only them. So you can't do something that somebody who has a full-time person can do, but you can do what you can do. So focus on one platform and post when you can. But if you have like a team and you can have somebody that focuses on that, then yes. But also when you have that person, there's so many platforms that they still have to focus in on something. So there's always a level of focus, and that's why I always say, look at your goal, look at your resources, make a plan based on what you have, and then execute consistently.
Well, one thing for sure, you cannot, it's almost impossible to run a business, be successful without having that digital presence. So you've got to have somebody, or you've got to put the work in to do it yourself.
100%.
How can people get in contact with you, TJ?
So I'm on Facebook, LinkedIn under TJ Green. My animation company, you can find us on YouTube, TJ's Animation Workshop.
All right. Well, we're proud of you. Thanks so much for being here. Congratulations on all the success.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So we always try to remind you about Club 1915. It's one way that you can stay engaged with the College of Business. We'll have a QR code up on the screen for you to scan. It'll take you straight to the link where you can learn more and then join. And of course, you'll begin getting newsletters from the Dean of the College of Business, Dr. Scott Graw. You'll get invites to events that we're having across the country. So we hope that you will join us very soon in Club 1915. We'll see you back here next time on the Bulldog Business Show.